Hey there, I wanted to take a minute to do a review of products I bought recently. Uh, Up where I live, it takes the sheriff's department, over an hour at times to respond to medical calls, emergencies, anything. The sheriff's department is usually the first one up here. We have a volunteer fire department, so people come from different directions, usually not in marked vehicles. As far as the firefighters go. Um, it's just a way of life up here. My wife also volunteers for crisis intervention, kind of grief counseling, and pointing people toward resources to obtain help if they have like a structure fire or a death or something like that. And they're they're a pretty prominent organization up here. They get called out a lot. My wife just joined, went through the training, and she needed a scanner. And then I was looking for the best ones that I can find. I still got a backup set coming. I was able to find these on eBay, relatively inexpensive, but good radios. Boefeng UV5R, and I do have it on right now. See up here we have limited reception, but it seems to be picking things up pretty good. When I bought these, like I said, I got two for like $45, I believe it was, $50 free shipping. I have two. They came with a headset for just listening in your ear and chargers. And one thing I didn't realize that I could use is this cable. So if you buy these, go on Amazon, or you can contact me. I can give you the information on where to get these. This is a programming cable specifically for Boefeng radios. It covers a lot of different types. There's a lot of different types on the list you can pick from, but finding ones that work were, according to videos, apparently really hard to find. This is my first try. This was $11 on Amazon compared to the $35 that people making a video were trying to get out of you for it. Was also watching a bunch of videos. People were saying how cheap these are, inexpensive, and you know, they are inexpensive, yes, but they don't appear to be cheap to me, cheaply manufactured. Yeah, they're made in China, but rechargeable. You can buy the larger capacity batteries. You can buy larger antennas, like whip antennas. You could buy magnet mount antennas for your vehicle. Um, these are fully programmable. Uh, you can go into the menu. You can put your frequencies in by hand, which it's just a lot of steps. Press this button, this button, this button, this button. Whereas with this cable, there's a software called Chirp, CHIRP, that gives you resources to channels, and I just happen to have these frequencies for local channels. Uh, you put in the information. You what it does is it clones your radio to the software. The software then loads up on your screen. You put your frequencies in the open channels, um, upload it back to your radio. I did it twice because we both have one. You can communicate through these, but you're supposed to have a license. You can operate under CMRS, or there's another frequency that you still need an FCC license for, but we're not using them for communication. We're just using them for monitoring. I guess in the advent of an extreme emergency, we could broadcast to each other. These are 10 to 13 miles um, line of sight type transmitting, which most radios are. Now, depending on what's in your way, will affect your reception, such as buildings, large steel structures. Up here, we just got mountains, so we're going to go try them out in the mountains and just see um, the range of the scanner. And I do want to try the push to talk communications on it. not going to kill anybody if I see something, and it would be used only in case of emergencies. And I know people say they have fines, and there's people who will. They're really into ham radio, are the ones that are putting these down. These are used by off-roaders a lot, and if I drop one, I can get one for $10 to $15. Well, these aren't $10 to $15 unless you buy the knockoffs, and the knockoffs aren't going to be good. So if you're looking for a decent radio so far, uh, as per for performance thus far since I got them, charged them, and programmed them, and they also said they couldn't be police scanners. No, you cannot use them as a scanner. Well, you just saw a transmission come through from uh, Cal Fire, which I have Cal Fire frequencies, and I have all the sheriff's frequencies. I'm working on getting the highway patrol for the area because they're the ones that respond to everything up here. And being in a position like that my wife has, we can monitor from home, and she'll know when to maybe expect a phone call to respond to an area with a partner, and they go out and they do the counseling and or give resource material to a person to obtain help. And this is just for me also is, when I'm here, I like to know what's going on around me. And if I hear sirens, well, I don't think apocalypse. I start thinking, hey, there's a fire somewhere. And up here, fires can be deadly and they can be fast moving. And if you don't have a way to monitor radios, and you're going to get caught in some bad stuff because law enforcement, everything's going to be real busy, and by the time they get to us up here, it might be too late. That almost happened in the Creek Fire. Just we happened to notice, and my wife's a former Cal Fire CDF engineer captain, and we just knew the signs that we saw, and it was getting bad. We got out. But so now we're able to hear what's going on around us. I usually leave one on. I don't leave it on at night when I'm asleep because I'll forget I turned it on and start freaking out if I hear stuff. So, but that would make a pretty good video. But in itself, but that was kind of funny. But good radios on eBay, and Boefeng UV5R. I'm going to be getting higher capacity batteries and possibly the whip antennas that are just a bit thinner and longer. Should extend my range for monitoring, but good for monitoring. And if you're more knowledgeable, I'm going to set these to more like a CB radio type of transmission, where since we're up so high, no one's going to use the frequency that we're on. No government, no any kind of agency is going to be using the frequencies, and we can communicate, because I do have a base station here at the house. So I just wanted to go over that. There's other interests I have besides antiques and collectibles, and pretty cool. And I like electronics anyway, so didn't have to ask me twice to buy these. And I do have a Uniden handheld portable scanner to just kind of have, in case we put it out in another room or something, instead of carrying these around with us all the time. These will, if you transmit close to a device in your vehicle that controls your airbags, it could possibly pop your airbags. If you accidentally hit the push to talk near explosives, well, you know that radios can sometimes detonate explosives. So just for the sake of having no accidents, keeping things safe, these are for on foot, not in a vehicle or in the home monitoring. And the handheld one can go in a vehicle for monitoring while we're going into the small town that's below us for supplies, or going into Fresno. So, because her position requires her to be on call basically all the time. So, and up here there's not many calls. We don't want many calls because that means that somebody's passed away or something. And, we'd rather have people living and being happy than responding, doing the paperwork end of things. So, again, Boefeng UV5R, and Chirp software, and a programming cord. And you can listen to your local law enforcement and be aware of your surroundings. All right, everybody have a great day. Thank you for watching. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.